Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So let's talk to Ellie again and let's continue on this fun quest line. The business of betrayal. Ellie has put her skills as a reporter to good use. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one master, Jerumaru, a prominent member of the East Allender Trading Company. Her eyes and hair, a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Solnate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently, her father is overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, and not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir of the Burgani Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast, to be joint hostly by the two family businesses. The venture is Costa del Sol, where preparations are getting on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along. Well, looks like we're going to Costa del Sol. See what this beauty is made out of. Flesh and bone, fur, maybe a little garden material, little leaflets. Who knows? Find out here in a second. Is this her? Nope, that's Ellie. Gurumiru. You're not one of my associates. The banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithra Eye. If I might have just a moment of... Ah, yes, the two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screen about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept in my Alberta safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. That's the thief. The brass blades of the Gorbella, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Solnate. They say one of them caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him, a Castans. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is oblong enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Whoa. Oh, Consulting Inspector Bryden. Your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious skill. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved, but consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Uh-oh, where's my buffoon at? Where's the comedian relief? Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? Our man boasts 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter challenge. A precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless, he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who we will be in close proximity to Miss Albarella at the feast. I have already narrowed the field. Albarella's betrothed, Vanes, would be an obvious target for our thief. So too would his father, Morgant. Yato, Nato, and his wife, Sabrina, the guest of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Jururu himself. Finally, we have Luhart, a steward of Jururu's estate and Miss Albury's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis maiden herself, have been assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless the phantom thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Oh, here it goes. Hilbrand Manderville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. The pleasure is all mine. Contributing Inspector Brighton. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigation work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observations rival even my own. Fear not, friends. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor, as only a Manderville man can. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to Monaco in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your blundering can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. Is he talking to me? Oh, you finally got that fish off your head. It is not by fate's whims that we have been reunited here today, friend. You were destined to be by my side as I apprehend the fiend and defend the fair maiden's virtue. Yes, it is destined. Let me switch back into paladin stance. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Tickman. You were there when the phantom thief, in the guise of Lady Destroyer, stole off with the treaty blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Thief's disguise, the identical appearance, the perfect mannerisms. Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of the disguise, you turn an eye within. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will. And yet, like you, this was of secondary concern to me. From movements to mannerisms to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Durbib, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. You are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or families could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago. When preparations for the banquet begin, this would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Tickman. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? One of the guests is who I would assume, not the brass blades. Maybe. Would he? The guests are well acquainted with each other. One misstep and the thief's cover would be blown. No, there is a more logical first target. one that would afford him the opportunity to gather the knowledge he needs. And at less risk. Yes, one of the brass blades of Gorduba. But wouldn't the elite class of brass blades know each other as well? So wouldn't his identity be compromised because they are the elite of the elite? And how often does an elite join the elite? And if an elite joined the elite, wouldn't all the other elites know about that elite? Because the elite are limited. Bam. Broke it. Strong in number, few of words. Able to come and go as they please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal to entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducting as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that they was once a man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. The man can tell us of his assigned charge. Like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief will not have the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Alright, let's go search. I have a orange arrow feeling that we should start over here. Ooh, by a giant crab, mayhap. So we're looking for a ditch. Brass blade of the Eorzea. Excellent. You are one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. To thank the gods. Please, free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. You know what? I think he is the thief. There. Now tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. He isn't as briefs. We just arrived at Costa del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master General gave us each our orders, who would be looking after and the like. He had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I came to, here I was, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the charging of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master General Mubu? Who was to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but one was Margaret, father of the groom. The other was Lathelian gent from Nemas Yato Noloto. Now try your best to remember. Were there any other guests to whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Luahart. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Oh, there's our next suspect. Morgan, Anato, and Noenhart. Thank you for an incompetent fool. Your testimony has proven astonishingly enlightening. Oh, wow. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go ahead of me and, for the love of God, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Very well. And let's go ahead and relax a little bit. Take off our helmet. Put away our sword. And let's go speak with Hillibrand and see what's cracking. Oh gosh, this guy, I love him. He's my favorite character so far in this game. Ah, there you are, friend. And not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Barton's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? This is what we found, blade blade. Morgrant, Yato, Lato, and the steward Luahart, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With a lapis madam in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hilbrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the inspector returns. Fear not, friend, the inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha ha! If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah, there's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, friend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are. Oh gosh. Oh no, no, no. Don't you do it. Here we go. Here we go. Can we talk to anybody? All I have done to raise Alberta to a beautiful young woman has been in anticipation this day. I have never been more proud to call myself her father. I am Vanes, here to champion chairmanship, the Burngie Consortium, and who exactly were you again? I'm sorry, I just realized I don't particularly care. Oh, you about to get a smackdown, little boy. The lucky father of the groom-to-be, or the fiend who would solely demand his virtue. In a matter of moments, all shall be revealed. Let's reveal this sucker. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The mere slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill, that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Manorville man of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of a few topics that would interest my readers, less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and my journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital. This is why you are my favorite assistant. Nashu, now behold as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good day, Master Generalmu, and a fine day it must be, for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella, my daughter, you. Just who in the seventh hell are you, anyway? Guards, guards. Ha! Now, hold your cockaboos. General, I recognize the lad. This is the Hillibrand agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire, come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief. Aye, I reckon we owe this man our gratitude. Aye, Vance? The Phantom Thief, balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty, indeed, to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me, after all. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete. Fashion challenged youth, most suspicious. He is a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. Ooh, got him. Aha, that's me veins, ever calm in the face of danger. Truly is father's son. A worthy heir to the Virgin Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say, yes. I've received many years of prosperity in our families, or family, I should say. Ho ho. Which reminds me, Master Vanes, Abrella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket, 'twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasure is in the realm will be hers once we are wed. Ah, ha, ha, ha. The time-honored Maniville art of parley. We'd be sleeping with the fishes now had Margaret not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodological approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Whoops. I was supposed to be talking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yanoto, Noto, and Luhart, who have obviously aroused my suspicions from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Alright, moving on. Where are we headed now? Headed way up over here. Luhart. Renting our Master Drew's private property would be almost unthinkable for most folk, but guild talks, and neither the Brogden Consortium nor the East Altar Trading Company are in any danger of ruining their coffers dry. What about you? What you got to say? Yato Nonato and Luan Hart? One of the two wears a mask, but which? With a few words, all will be revealed. She's still writing. Good, good. She's writing. Good. What you got to say? Oh, how I'm looking forward to meeting Miss Arabella. They say many a song is sung of her beauty. Mind you, there was a song or two sung for me in my day. All right, my day. Yato Noto, what you got? I've not seen your faces around here. The East Ardent Trading Company, are ye? Well, why yes, good sir, very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Ardent Trading Company. Ha ha ha. Oh, pleasure to meet ye. Do tell, is Lapis maiden as lovely as they say? Studying hears so much herself, but like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are my manners? Yonoto Nonoto, the Bulgarian Consortium. This is my wife, Selenia. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding and the joining together of our family's business couldn't be happening at a better time. What with all the matter of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares? Why, just the other day, shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by the mandragons. Nasty buggers, the lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make a salad out of. Ye heard of the mandragons, haven't ye? But of course, I once spent a year honing body and mind with the fist of Ragalar. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra a day. And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragores, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, milady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Selena. Forgive my wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare my speech. Carry on, lads. Germany. None of these three were suspicious in the least, but we must not give up hope. Least he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Neshu, we must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope, he of many faces will laugh last, the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Berding will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Lewithan spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a primary suspect. Inspector Bryden will be back before long. Come, Natashu. This is no time to delay. Alright, sorry about that. Had to let the dog in. Out there sunning while we got stuff to do. Alright, where are we headed? We're checking out the food storage, which is supposedly right over here. Ellie? Some of those coconuts don't look like coconuts. These crates must contain the foodstuff of which Master Leonhardt spoke. At a glance, they do not appear particularly suspicious, but our investigation must not be deterred. What you doing over here? Look at this. Now there's water. Now there isn't. Now there's water. Oh wow. Let's inspect these food supplies. They do not look like coconuts. They look like bombs. Crates of assorted foodstuff and a vegetable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Lewenhart spoke true. He gets. Are those explosives I spy concealed amongst these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief after all. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. Now shoot, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought, does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nat Issue, but in this event, I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now, set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. There's the driftwood. I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Brightling is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon the scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Burden, explode, fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Uh-oh, don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Barnum come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. Tickman and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this beach. You two just get out of here, and be quick about it. Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return for your creations once Inspector Barnum has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry. And off they go. And that's the end. The business of betrothal is complete. So join us tomorrow, and we will continue on this quest. Until then, y'all take care.